All right, let's talk. Let's talk about it.
This is all about
Styling.
Hey, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another BEEuty Talk video. Before we get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video out because sharing is caring. Remember, we are on the road to 5,000 and we are slowly but surely trucking along. I took a little bit of time off giving my face-to-face beauty talk videos just because I didn't know what I wanted to talk to y'all about. But you know, when you take a break and you step back, all of a sudden the juices start flowing. So I'm excited to get into today's beauty talk. So today we are going to be talking about tips to make your wigs last for years. This is something that is very near and dear to my heart, especially as a wig maker, because I don't just make a wig for a client to wear it one time or two times and then go on and get another wig. For me, wigs, these units, they are investments. You are spending a good amount of money on it, so you want to make sure that it lasts you a long time. And there's no better wig, first of all, for me to be wearing than Miss Tawny herself. I made Tawny back in 2017, so get into her. And while I do have many wigs, I have also learned some tips and tricks to make sure that when you do buy a good quality wig that you can extend that life. So that interests you, let's go ahead and jump on into today's BEEuty Talk. My first tip to make sure that your wigs can last for years is do not overuse hot tools. A lot of times we'll get our, weaves and we're curling them every day, or we're, wand curling this day, then flat ironing the next day, and then all of this back and forth and blow drying. And it's a lot of hot tools. And remember, especially when you're getting virgin or raw hair, it's still hair. And just like you can burn your natural hair, just like you can damage your natural hair from constantly using hot tools, the same thing can be said for your units. And next thing you know, you're getting more dry and brittle ends, you're getting a lot of shedding, you're getting a lot of breakage because you are overusing those hot tools. So some things that I like to tell my clients, like if you have a wig, like for instance Tawny, this is a natural body wave unit, but I like to, sometimes I like to wear curly, sometimes I like to wear kind of like how I have her now. If I'm wearing her in this style like I'm wearing now, I will curl it once, and then to maintain it I might put some flexi rods in it. Or if I take her off, I have her sitting on, on her stand and I'm not doing anything with her, I'll take a few sections, about 4 sections, and roll them like this, and then do like little bantu knots like that, you see? And that way when I take the hair down and I brush it out and I fluff it, I still have some body, I still have some wave. You just want to make sure that you're not overly putting a bunch of heat on your hair, especially if you want it to last for a long time. Even more especially if you have color like I have in this hair, or you're using blondes or things like that. That's the first step. My next little trick is to deep condition your wigs, but there's this very special way that I deep condition, to be honest with you, and it could be controversial, especially coming after what I just said about not overly using hot tools, but I have found that this really does work for the hair that I use. I boil my wigs. Now I don't do this often. I might do this literally once every 9 months to a year, just every now and then. Like I'll do a regular like deep condition, just run it through and comb it and brush it through, whatever. But when I say a deep condition, I mean boiling it. I will take a big old pot, throw my wig in there with some conditioner, and let it boil for about 5 to 10 minutes. And I don't know what it is about that boiling, honey, but it's just like it strips the cuticle, strips all the impurities out the cuticle, but then you still have that conditioner in there, so it makes it really nice and really soft. Now don't go doing this with no synthetic wigs. Don't go doing this if you're unsure about the quality of the hair. Mind you, you have to have some good quality hair in order for this trick to really work with you. If you don't have good quality hair, just do a regular deep condition. Don't even play. But for me, boiling my wigs has been like a secret ingredient for longevity. Like I said, I don't do it often. Only if I'm like, wait, you are feeling a little bit crunchy, let's do some deep work. The next tip I would say is watch how you shampoo your wigs. You don't want to go in scrubbing at your wigs, especially if you have lace wigs. You don't want to go scrubbing on your wigs. You want to rake that shampoo through the wig like this and rinse, and make sure that everything you're doing in like a downward motion. You want to make sure that you're training the cuticles to go how you want them to go. So you want the cuticle of the hair, which is the outer layer of the hair, instead of roughing it up and now the cuticle sticking up this way, that way, this way, that way. You want to make sure you're rubbing down so that the cuticles are facing down and they're nice and smooth. And another thing is you don't want to over shampoo your hair. If you wear the same wig, you know, for 3 months at a time, then sure, by that time give it a good shampoo. But a trick that really will revive a wig is dry shampoo. As a matter of fact, I don't even remember when the last time I washed this wig, and I was going to go and like do a whole wash routine, and I was like, I just don't feel like it. You take some dry shampoo and you spray it through, brush it through, and then set your wig on your wig block. So not like maybe one of a mannequin head like that, or like one of the wig blocks that I sell on my website. Hold on, I'll show you what I mean. This is a wig block. So maybe, you know, after you dry shampooed your hair, you brushed it through, you set it on the wig block, and then you're going to set that wig. So you're going to spray it down with some water and a little bit of leave-in conditioner and mold it to, you know, whatever style that you kind of want the wig to be. And then you can go from there and style it once it's dry. That way you are cleansing it, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of heavy oils. You don't want your wigs to be weighed down. So if you are a person who all of a sudden you're feeling like, I know she said don't shampoo my hair all the time, but like it's thick, it's oily, it has stuff in it, use that dry shampoo. It is a game changer. That way you're not always shampooing it, and you can get a little bit more longevity out of your wig. The next step is proper wig storage. Please, y'all, stop just taking your wigs off and then throwing them in a plastic bag in your closet and calling it a day. There are a lot of great options when it comes to storing your wigs. Please use one of them. For instance, the canvas block, like I talked about before. You can always, if you don't have a whole lot of wigs and you just have one or two, go ahead, invest in a couple of canvas blocks. And once you take it off of your head, put it on the canvas block. Make sure it is a canvas block that is your size. So whether you're a small, medium, or large, you can order based on your circumference measurement. We've talked about measuring circumferences before. I'll leave a card up here just in case you don't know like how to measure what your head size is, in case you're looking for a wig block. But take it off, put it on the wig block. That way the wig is already, it's going to maintain its shape. It's going to maintain like being fit as if it's on your head, and that way you'll get some longevity. Another thing, if you have a lot of wigs, but so you don't want to have 15 wig blocks, is investing in good storage solutions. I'm going to show y'all a few of my favorites. One of the first ways I like to store my wigs is in a wig hanger bag. Basically, I've shown these before, but it just has like a little hanger, and you can store your wigs in here. I have multiple wigs, so I store multiple wigs, but this is what the hanger looks like. This is what the hanger looks like. You open it up. Ooh. You open it up, you clip your wig in here, close it up, and you put it in your storage bag. I do like this just for the ease, especially in my closet. Y'all know in my boudoir I have my racks, so I have quite a few wigs stored specifically in these hanger bags. The wigs that I store in my hanger bags oftentimes are not already styled, because if you have a wig that is already, let me close this up because I'm making a bunch of noise. Hold on. If you have a wig that is already styled and you put it in this bag, it's not always going to maintain that style, especially with this plastic and rubbing against this plastic. So I don't do it for my styled wigs, just because like the style does not last great like over a longer period of time. Like, it's one thing if you're just like putting it in here, transporting it, or you know you're going on vacation, so you throw a couple wigs in here and put it in your suitcase. That's one thing. But like for extended storage, I don't often keep my styled wigs in here. I'm gonna show you the things that I do for style. Another way that I like to store my wigs is with a duster bag. If you order a signature unit from my company, BEEuty Styling Signature Units, hello, then you automatically get your wig in one of these duster bags. I like to keep them in the duster bags because they're satin, so it's just like kind of keeping it in a satin bonnet. It has the straps, so like on my roller rack up here, I just kind of hang them on the end of my roller rack and they're already there. I'll do my wigs that are curly or possibly slightly styled like this one, and I'll go ahead and put them in here because it doesn't alter the shape too much. Like how I was showing y'all earlier, how I'll roll it around. I'll roll them and then fold it and put them inside of my duster bag. What unit do I have in here? And then like I have a curly unit in here, and as you can see, this is a pretty big wig to be able to fit in this bag. You get what I'm saying? So anytime you order a wig from me, you automatically get your wig in a duster bag so that you're able to store it. You could have drawers full, honey. You can have them hanging in your closet, but that way they are still being protected because they have a satin lining, and you know, you don't have to worry about damaging your wig while you're trying to store them. The last way that I like to store my wig is my wigs are in Silky Sacks. Silky Sacks are a black-owned company, a black-owned woman company, and she has created a patented device where you're able to snap your wig into a satin-lined bag, and that way you maintain the shape, you maintain the style, and you're able to take it with you on the go or just have it stored. Shout out to Silky Sacks. I'll make sure I leave her YouTube up here. She's another like great creator who does hair content as well, hair and wig content as well. And with her styling so many wigs and things like that, she created her own patented device so that you could store your wigs. Proper storage is going to be a game changer when you are talking about like increasing the longevity of your wigs. So whether you do any of the methods that I said today, I would suggest making sure that you're not just throwing them, that before you store them, that they are brushed out and detangled well, and then you place them gently in whatever your storage medium will be. Speaking of storage, I said to make sure that you have them brushed out. So the next tip is to make sure that you are gently detangling your wigs, especially if you're talking about having lace wigs. I'll sit on like TikTok and I'll see these people who have like full bald spots in their wigs, and I'm confused. And how did you get that big of a bald? Don't get me wrong, lace is going to thin out over time, absolutely, but how are you getting that much balding in your lace? It doesn't make sense. It's telling me that you are not detangling your hair. You're just going in and you're just pulling and everything, and now you're pulling hair out. Anytime you're detangling, especially if you're detangling a lace piece, you want to hold the hair, start on the ends, and brush your way up, just like with your natural hair. You don't go into your natural hair with a rat tail comb and a dream. You go and you take a big comb or a wide tooth comb or a big brush, an unbrush or whatever, and you start at the end and you work your way up. Same thing up here on the lace pieces. Start at the end, work your way up, and do it gently. If you are snatching and ripping at your hair, it is not going to last, you guys. Oh, one more thing while we're talking about gentle detangling and how sensitive lace is. I understand that a lot of us look at the Jada Waiters and the Aries and the Cardi B's and, you know, insert influencer here, and you see those extremely plucked, detailed hairlines, and while they are beautiful, and while those hairlines are beautiful and they are natural looking, those types of hairlines are going to decrease the amount of time that you're able to wear that wig. When you overly pluck, and even if it's not like it looks overly plucked, I'm saying if you overly customize and overly pluck your hairline first in the beginning of you getting your wig, you are decreasing the amount of time that you're going to be able to wear that wig, because as you wear it, as you pull it down, as you take it off and put it back on, if you do use glue and things like that, those hairs that you plucked are just going to start coming out, and now you're going to end up, instead of having, you know, a lace piece that's this big, you're going to have to keep cutting down on the lace because it's going to be looking crazy. So you'll have to cut down, then you're plucking again, and you're hindering yourself from being able to get the longevity. So I'm not against plucking your wigs, but I would definitely say do not over pluck your wigs. Just do enough to where it does not have that harsh line that we're used to seeing, in, you know, that harsh line that you get when you first get a wig out. You don't want that harsh line, and you may want to pluck no more than about an inch into the hairline, but please leave some space there for the natural shedding that happens as you take your wigs on and off, if you're trying to use your wigs for a long time. Now the celebrities and the influencers, they can do all of that over plucking, they can do all of that because they're changing their wigs like they're changing their draws. The normal person is not doing that though. And my last tip, if you want to be able to maintain your wigs from years, is to cut it.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
I encourage my clients, if they are investing a good amount of money into a wig and they say that they want to wear this wig for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, I would suggest they start with whatever their longest length is that they're comfortable with. So let's say it's a 24 inch. Starting with your 24-inch wig, and I actually, instead of doing 24, 20, 24, 22, 20, do all 24-inch bundles. And then that way, as time goes on, first of all, it'll start off really thick, and then as time goes on, you will naturally get some shedding and things like that. Then you can begin to cut it. So you might end up going from 24 inches to cutting 24 inches with very long layers. Then as time goes on some more, you can cut it a little bit more. Now you're not quite at 24 inches, but now you're at 20 inches. You know, that way you're really working, you're really getting more than just one style out of that wig. And as you see that the hair maybe is starting to not look as vivacious as you want it to, just cut it a little bit. For instance, Tani again. Tani, I believe, started out at 22 inches. Clearly she's not quite 22 inches anymore, but anytime that I just feel like I need some life given back into her, she's not doing what she needs to do. I might cut some bangs, I might cut some extra layers, you know, something just to revamp the wig. That way you're not buying a new wig for every occasion. You may have started with that 24-inch wig and then you see, oh, curtain bangs are all the style now, or layers are all the style now. I have this wig, let me just cut this wig a little bit instead of investing in a whole nother wig. You don't have to buy new hair every single time. I had a client who came in the other day, and she bought a wig, great wig, all of that, but she's like, I kind of want some color. I was looking at Coco Jones and now I think I want some color. And I was like, well, we don't have to buy you a new wig, baby. We can you know, color the wig that you got. Take what you have and style it, cut it, color it, give it some new life. That way you don't have to keep going in and investing in more and more wigs. Now don't get me wrong, if you want to buy you 2, 3, 4, 5 BEEuty Styling signature units, baby, I'll get them right and get them sent off to you. I'm just saying, if you're trying to have that longevity in your wigs, that's what I would do. But that's it. That's all. Those are all the tips that I have in order for you to get that longevity, honey, and wear those wigs for years. Okay, if you found this video helpful, please make sure that you give a like. Don't forget to share this video out on the road to 5,000. I also have a video where I show you all how I revamped a 5-year-old curly wig, y'all. I'm gonna leave that up here in the cards as well. Also, if you want to shop the BEEuty Styling Signature Collection, you can do so at www.beessu.com. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
This is a quick snippet of my Go Without Glue course. Join this course if you are a woman suffering from alopecia so that you can learn how to choose, install, and maintain a medical wig. And for a limited time, I have a special promo code. Enter promo code INTRO to receive $50 off of this course. You do not want to miss it. Make sure you head on over to www.beessu.com and join my course today. To everyone else, don't forget to follow me on all socials, links in the D box. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.